Hello, Gooners! The Loose Cannon is back. This is number 17. Doesn't that make it the Alex Song edition? Not too sure. You can hear the sirens in the background. Obviously, I'm in deepest London. Different part of London to what I'm used to, though. I'm in East London, so hence the different background. If you can guess where I'm actually located, I might even send you a book or something. You know, I'm that kind. But in the meantime, I'm going to look away a lot during this podcast. I warn you now, because no notepaper, nothing at all. So I've got to rely on my phone, which is plugged in, and I'm not going to go into all the details. I really won't bore you with that. I'll try and throw in some comedy perhaps next time. I've got some ideas up my sleeve. Trust me on that one. Meanwhile, talking of comedy, there's talk, this came from me by the way in the beginning, that we may well sign Montpellier striker Olivier Giroud. Is that how you pronounce it? I think so. I should know. I've been to France enough times. I even lived there for a while. But anyway, this Montpellier striker, he's obviously a champion now. He's about 25, if I remember correctly, and scored one goal for the international side. He was a joint top goal scorer in the French league, so the kind of player we'd probably be looking at, bearing in mind that he is French. And the story goes, I think it was run in the Daily Mail. They've not been too accurate with stories of late. They reckon that our French-based scout Gilles Grimondi had a look at him and has now put him on the file. And this is the interesting part, that we're going to trade Marouane Chamakh and also spend a bit of money to bring in this guy. Can't personally see it because do they want Chamakh? Chamakh was pretty good in France. He started off really well in this country too. At the moment, I think it's going to be really difficult for us to offload Chamakh. And to Montpellier, the French champions, do they want to do a deal like that? Also, the interesting thing here, sorry to consult my notes, but this is incorrect as well. It says Montpellier owner Louis Nicolin rates Giroud at £50 million. I understand it's 50 million euros. I guess if you take the other valuation, there's 60 million euros, between 50 and 60 million euros. That's his valuation as far as I was aware. Suddenly it's become 50 million pounds. But apparently he's got a 12.8 million pound release clause. And if we activate that, well, Bob's your uncle. Maybe he's not, but even if he wasn't, we can still land this player, it seems. But how does it work if we're going to throw in Chamakh as part of the deal? I'm not really seeing that at all. So to me, this one is not. I mean, I think it's a great deal if it happens, but I really doubt it. Also, I'm very doubtful, as I said many times before, about Eden Hazard joining us. It was interesting today that that the mystery club has vanished into the mist, which is where you'd expect a mystery club to go to, because he's been talking today about Manchester United, Manchester City. I didn't hear it directly from his lips, and also Chelsea. So they're the three clubs in the running to sign the player, and he's asking a lot of money, so that would count us out the running if indeed we did make a bid. Apparently, it was only yesterday I was hearing that 4 clubs have made acceptable bids to his current club, and well, he wants £4.6 million per year. That's net. So when you throw the whole amount at him, it's going to be 9 million before tax. So that's a lot of money per year, and £6 million goes to the player's agent. It's not going to be too popular, is he? Whoever he does sign for, his agent is not Steve Biko, it's John Biko, and it's spelled differently from Steve Biko. It's with a C rather than a K. So. Well, there was even interest from Spurs, according to this story, and I don't know where I picked it up from. I think it's the Daily Telegraph, actually, or the Telegraph, as it prefers to be called nowadays. Well, anyway, that clearly was never going to happen. As much as we were interested in Eden Hazard, one of the things he specified that he wanted was to play in his correct position. Again, that would count us out completely. Arsene Wenger, not a big fan of playing people in their correct positions. So Eden Hazard, we wish you the best of luck. It won't be with Arsenal, unfortunately. So what else have I got for you? I thought I had loads of things. Oh yeah, this Fulham star issues come and get me play. Well, you know, when people are bored, they make up these kind of stories. It's all about our favourite American Clint Dempsey. Obviously a very good striker, 29 years of age. 23 goals in 45 games. I can't believe he scored that many goals, but he is a decent player. I like his discipline. I like to see him at the club. I really would. I think you can't really go wrong with Americans when it comes to any sport. They're just so professional. So I'd love to see Clint Dempsey at the club, but is he worth a lot of money? What would he be? Would he be a guaranteed starter? Probably not. He'd probably be a squad player. So I don't really see that one happening at all, to be quite honest with you. I'm sorry to be so disillusioned with the transfer news, but what have I got here? Oh, I've got the same story again coming up about the Chamakh for Giroud deal, which was never going to happen. Another thing about Dempsey, before I drop that one like a stone, I have to say that Dempsey wants to play Champions League football, and clearly he's going to have to move on because he's not likely to get that at Fulham. No disrespect to Fulham because they're a lovely club, but it's just not going to happen. Well, in other stories, I haven't got it on my phone for some reason, but Jan Vertonghen, if I'm saying his name correctly, he's more or less putting a deadline on Spurs, saying if Tottenham don't make a move quickly, he might even consider joining Arsenal. Oh, how kind of him! But bearing in mind that he can play in central midfield as well, he might be the sort of player that we'd like to have at the club. Obviously, you know my policy on players. If they're international quality and world class, let's get them in. Let's not beat around the bush. We need players. It's simple as that. The way our squad has been going of late, it's just been sell, and just buy one or two players to replace three or four going out, and it clearly isn't good enough. Although finishing third is not bad, but it's not good enough for a club like Arsenal. We need silverware as well. So Arsene, I hope you realise that. I don't want to put any pressure on you. I'm not saying we should get another manager. Not saying that at all. But we just need to increase the size of our squad because we do get these bizarre injuries, and well, I don't see that stopping unless we move Arsenal to another country. Perhaps then we'll stop getting these crazy injuries that we've been having year after year after year. I won't go into the details. You know, Rambo, Diaby, and even Sanya, another bizarre injury. Not blaming anyone for that one though. Anyway, that's all from me right now. If I've got something else to say, you know where to find me. I'll be here. See you again soon.